Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for this style, I make use of 4.5 piece of ashoke, and the length of ashoke I'm working with is 90 inches. Okay, now so for this style, I already got the base and the handle. If you don't know how to do that, I'm going to drop the link in the description box below. Okay, so for the style now, after cutting the base and the handle, which is only 16 inches, I'm going to measure it out now so you see what we are going to be cutting for this style. Okay, so the length is 27 inches, and that is all what you need for this style. So I'm cutting this. I cut it 8 different times. Okay, I cut it 8 different times. I mean 9 different times rather. Okay, so for each sides, I'm going to be using 4.5 for each sides. Okay, so that is for the 4 for the first side and 4 for the left. Okay, so because the two sides have to be equal, so because this is 9, I was able to get 9 from my hash. Okay, so I fold the last one into two. I cut it into equal halves like that. Okay, so I'm going to be placing the half on each side, so that way we are going to be using 4.5 inches. So I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and just join together like that. So it depends on how high you want it. Okay, if you want it to be lower, you can decide to cut just 3 okay, that way you'll be using 25 inches instead of 27 inches. Okay, so that's just it. I'll take it to my sewing machine now. I'm just going to join it together. Okay, and I'll stitch one end. All right, so this is the base now. I've already done the base. If you don't know how to do this, I'm going to drop the link in the description box below on how to cut and sew the Autogele base. Okay, so you just place it like that on your dummy. Place it on your dummy like that. Okay, so it depends on the sides you want to start with. Okay, either ways, just pick one. You can see I've stitched one side, I didn't stitch the other side. And while stitching, I make sure that the half is starting. Okay, the half will be the half that you join to it will be at the beginning of my plate. Okay, same thing for the other side too. Can you see? So this is the half there, so the half is going to be coming first. It's going to it's going to be the beginning of your plate. Okay, it's going to be under the first one. All right, so now to start the pleat, the first thing you do is you take your measuring tape and measure out 5 inches. Okay, we need this 5 inches so as to curve the edge while after tacking everything together, after plating rather. Okay, so place the 5 inches like that, and 1.5 inches from the back of the hair. That's the distance between that and the edge. Okay, where you place your 5 inches. So I'll use my pin to hold it together like that, and I'll take it, you slant it all the way to the middle, and you also use your pin to hold it together. So I move away, just a little bit away from the middle, just for me to be able to get a perfect plate. Okay, all what we need is at the middle. Okay, so I'm using my pin to hold it down like that. You can use as many pins as you want. So I'm going to plait everything now. Come back to show you the next thing. All right, so I've done pleating now. I've pleated everything out. So the next thing you are going to be doing is you're going to arrange it. Make sure you arrange it very well. And at the edge here, I'm going to arrange it so as to have that curve edge at the sides. Okay, just arrange it very well so as to have the curve edge there. You can see what I'm doing. Okay. All right, so that's it. So just arrange it so that edge will have a curved edge there. Now use my clip to hold it together like that. So we'll come back to that later. So moving to the style itself now. So please, I need you to watch this carefully. Okay, watch this carefully. Watch it closely. It's very easy, but just need to pay attention. Pay close attention to what I'm about to be doing here. So look at the place. So at the middle, you want to make sure that everything is falling at the middle. Can you see? Look at the plate itself, but I'm going to be reducing it. Just look at the way I reduce it. Okay, so look at the way I reduce it. Initially, this how that was how the plate went. So I reduce it like this. So that's way it's going to have the puffy effect. So just look at it closely. Can you see the way I'm slanting it? Okay, so you just slant it like that. You can use pin to hold each of it. Look at the plate, then you slant it. Okay, so that's just it. Look at the way it is, then I'm going to slant it. I'm not going to be following that plate, okay? I'm going to like kind of slant it to reduce the width of the plate, okay, to have this puffy effect. So this is what I'm going to be doing. I'll just continue like that. You can use your pin to hold it. You can use as many pins as you want to hold it because you want everything to stay in place, okay? So that is what I'm trying to do here. You can see, just trying to adjust. If it's too high, you can reduce it, and if it's not high enough, you adjust it also. So you can see the way I'm reducing it. So that is what is going to give you that puffy effect there. Okay, so at this point I'm going to be using my pin to hold it. So just use your pin to hold it like that and continue adjusting. Okay, so you just continue like that. So it's very easy. Once you get the first and second one correctly, the rest is going to be very easy. Alright, so the remaining one you just use to form like a fan plate. Can you see the way it is? Just like a fan plate. So I was able to get two fan plates there. So I'm just using my hand to arrange it so that it will come out exactly the way I want it to come out. Okay, so that's just it. And I'll use my pin to hold it down. If your pin cannot hold it down, you can use a needle. At least needle is longer, so that way it's going to be holding it down firmly. I think at a point I had to use my needle. Yes, I had to use my needle to hold it together because I noticed that the pin wasn't holding it very well. So I use my needle to hold it down. Okay, so now the next thing we are going to be doing is to be tacking. We need to tack it together. Remember, we didn't tack any of it. We just use our pin to hold it. So I have my needle and thread here. Same color of needle and thread. Okay, so I'm tacking from the second plate and I'm inserting my needle from the back. Inserting your needle from the back, okay, because we don't want that knot at the edge of our thread to be showing. That's why we are inserting from the back. So then you now take it all the way into the first plate and the base itself, because we want to tack everything together to the base. So from there, from underneath the base, I'm taking it, and don't forget to remove your pins, please. So from underneath the pleat there, after the first plate, I'm tacking 4 more, okay? After the first one, I'm tacking 4 more. That is all together, we are tacking 5 plates. But instead of coming out from from the front, you make sure that it's coming out from the back of the 5th pleat, okay? And the reason why we are doing this is we don't want the thread showing. We don't want it to be visible that we tack at that point. So that's why you always come out from the back, okay? So from that point, I'm just going to move. I'm going to move a little bit to the next point I want to tack, okay? So from that same point, you insert it back inside and make sure that it's come out from the pleat of the base, okay? Underneath that plate of the base, you can see it's coming out from the 4th plate of the base, okay? Because we are trying to tack everything down to the base. Everything must be tacked down to the base, okay? Okay, so at this point I'm trying to arrange, okay? Trying to arrange. If you notice there's a place that's not well arranged, you try to arrange it. So from underneath that pleat of the base, now I'm taking it to the next point I want to tack, and that is where my pin is, okay? So I inserted my needle to that point, and now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be tacking everything together, all the plates together. Just watch what I'm doing. So I'm trying to arrange it because I don't want it to press. You tack in such a way that it won't be obvious. So I'm tacking everything. I'm going into all the plates. So the trick here is when you are going into all the plates, make sure that you take it inside. You don't want your needle to be closer to the front. So if you take it, let it be closer to the back. So that way it won't be obvious that you tack at that point. Even if you pull it together, it won't be obvious. So I make sure that my needle is very close to the edge of my pleat, okay, at the back. Can you see? So I'll just take it all the way like that. So I'm coming out from the second to the last, okay, second to the last at the back like that. All right, so just try to arrange my thread there. So from that, you just move a little, just like a half, a quarter inch, okay, away from it, and you take it all the way down, making sure it's coming out from that same pleat, that same fourth pleat of the base, okay? It's coming out from that point. My thread is long, okay? You can try to make your own shorter, but I prefer to work with a longer thread, okay? So, and I'm just trying to adjust here because I don't want it to be visible. I tagged at that point, so that's why I'm trying to adjust it here. Okay, so just adjust, adjust, adjust. We just want something to hold it together. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing now is just tacking the first plate to the base. So I'm going to tack the first plate to the base all the way like that, okay, using the pleat of the base, okay, to tack just the first plate alone at this point too when I get to this point. Okay, so when I get to this point, I'll come back to show you the next thing. All right, so I've gotten to this point now, so I've tacked it together like that. So the next thing we are going to be doing is just, of course, we are going to be arranging this plate because you don't want to just leave it like that. You need to arrange everything. So you need to arrange in such a way that there will be space for the other one to pass, okay? That means you are going to shift it to the back a little bit, okay? I'm going to be shifting it to the back a little bit, okay? You can see shifting it to the back, and I'm just using my pin to hold it like that. So if you just happen to stumble on my video, I welcome you to my channel. My name is Moinat. I'm the creative director of Classic Touch. Okay, so here on my channel, I'll be teaching you how to make different style of autogele. And if you've already subscribed to my channel, thank you all for subscribing. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the love and the likes, the comments. I really appreciate it. And if you're just joining me, please don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell button. All right, so I've tacked like that. I've gotten to the edge, okay, but just look at um where I pinned at the edge is not very close to the back of the hair, because can you see I take it like a bit farther away from the back of the hair because I want the other place to just go like that, okay? So, and at this point I decided to shift it a little bit backwards, okay? So just shift it a little bit backward like that. Can you see what I have there? Okay, so it's on the second plate. Alright, so I've tacked everything together and I still have my thread. Can you see I have a longer thread? So I'll just leave the thread like that. I'm not going to cut it off, but if your own is shorter, you can try to cut it off, okay? So moving to the next one, basically we are going to be repeating the same thing for the other side, okay? So I'm just going to be showing you how this is going to be done, okay? And we are repeating the same thing. You can see the half there is coming first, okay? Same way, I'm going to be measuring my 5 inches. Make sure that the 5 inches is touching the edge of the base at a distance of 1 inch away from the back of the ear, okay? I'm using my pin to hold it like that all the way to the middle. Can you see? So just use your pins. So that's why I say you need a lot of pins here. So you just use your pin to hold it like so. Use your pins to hold it like so. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to plait everything too. I'm going to plait everything. Can you see? Okay. Alright, so I'm done pleating. So basically I'm going to be repeating the same thing. So if you don't get it the first time, so you have the opportunity of watching it again. Yeah, so it's just the same thing we did for the first one is what I'm going to be doing for the second one. Okay, I'm just trying to adjust myself so you see what I'm doing here. Okay, can you see? Can you see? It's at the back. Okay, so it's a bit kind of dark there. So You might not see very well. I'll try to adjust my camera so you see. So basically I'm just doing the same thing. I'm just trying to, slant it, reduce the weight of the pleats so as to have that puffy edge there, okay? So as to have that puffy edge, okay? So that's it. Just continue like that. Just continue pleating. I think I'm trying to look for my pin. Yeah, trying to look for my pin at this point, okay, just to hold it down. So you need a lot of pins, okay, to hold it down. There, okay, can you see? So look at the way I'm reducing it. You just slant it like that. See the way the plate is going. You now reduce it to have this. Okay, it's as easy as that. Just follow what I'm doing and you are going to get it. I'm very, very sure of that. Okay. Alright, so I'll just continue like that. Can you see? Can you see the plate itself at that joining? I'm supposed to take it all the way like that, but you're going to reduce it. Okay, just look at the way I reduce it, and that is what is going to give us this puffy shape, puffy edge, or whatever you want to call it. You can call it ace edge or loop edge. Okay, so just continue till you get to the last pleat, okay? You get to the last pleat like that, okay? Alright, so I've gotten to the last pleat like so. I've gotten to the last pleat, so I'm just trying to arrange, guys. You need to be patient while making this style. It's very simple, but you need to be patient with it so you get a perfect style there, okay? So can you see I'm just trying to pleat the last one there. Okay, so you can follow me on Instagram at classytouch_ng. Okay, my Facebook page is classytouch Autogele. Okay, so that is it. Can you see? Can you see what I have here? So I'm trying to adjust my camera there. Sorry about that. So I want you to have a full view of what I'm doing. Okay, so just the same thing. I'm going to tack everything just the same way. Alright, so I've tacked up to this point now. Okay, can you see what I have? So what I'm going to be doing now is just pleats, use it to form a fan plate, okay? Just using this edge to form a fan plate. I think I'm looking for a pin there. Yeah, I'm looking for my pin to hold it down. Then just form a fan plate. Okay, so for this one, I was able to get just one fan plate. It doesn't really matter since it's at the back. Okay, it's at the back. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I just have just one fan plate there, and I use my pin to hold it together. So I'm going to be tacking everything together just the same way I tagged the first one, okay? Alright, so I'm done. So I'm going to be arranging. You arrange before you tag, okay? That was the mistake I made there. So I'm trying to show you that I arranged it before tacking. This is very, very important so as to have a curved edge by the sides, okay? You don't want everything to be squeezed together. So you have a curved edge there. That's the essence of arranging the sides, okay? So you arrange and bring everything together like that. Okay, so I want you to look at the way I'm going to tack this. You remember I didn't cut off my thread, okay? I didn't cut off my thread, so I'm removing the pins there. So I'm just going to take it from underneath like that. I'm just going to insert it into the first pleat. You know, it is that first pleat that is being attached to the base, okay? So I'm just inserting my needle into it like that, into the base like that. I mean into the first pleat like that, okay? Alright, so I just try to arrange my thread there. So I inserted my needle into it, then you take it all the way down into the base so that it will come out from the back of the base. That way you are tacking the first plate to the base itself. So after that, remember that while tacking the first one, we tack the first 5 together. So I'm just going to repeat exactly the same thing like that. till I get to this back. Okay, so now I've gotten to this back here. So what you're going to be doing here is, you know, we don't have any pleats at this back, so you're just going to be picking little, like a quarter inch of the base at the back there. Can you see the way I pick it? So you just pick it like that. So this is what we're going to be doing, just to hold this part to the base. Okay, then you insert it all the way up like that. Okay, so since there's no pleat at the back here, so we just pick a little of the base there, just so as to hold this one down. So I'm just going to continue like that. You make sure you arrange it you arrange it just same way I arranged the first one. Okay, so I'm going to arrange this now. Can you see? I'm going to arrange it, and don't forget to use your pin to hold it down. Just pin down wherever you feel it needs to be pinned. Okay, just pin it down that way. You want to have a perfect finishing. Okay, so you pin it down, so make sure that those places you pin down, you make sure you tack it down at that point too, so as to have a firm autogele. Okay, you don't want to have a saggy ones. All right, so I'm just going to pin like that, and I'll tack everything. Okay, tack everything. So just watch what I'm going to be doing here. I'm trying to rearrange these sides. Okay, I'm trying to rearrange these sides. So I'm trying to rearrange just to have that coffee effect like that. So that's what I'm trying to do here. So you keep on arranging to have that coffee shape, okay, at the sides. Is very important. Okay, you don't want your togele to be looking like Idumota own. I mean, those one they usually sell at Oshodi. Okay, you want to have a perfect finishing autogele. So look at the way I pick this edge, okay, and just attach it to the back of the plate so as to tack everything together. Okay, so that's just it. I'll use my clip to hold it together at that point. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead, tack. When I get to this point, I will just tack everything together, cut off the excess, fix my handle. And same thing for this other side too. This one, I'm just going to place it at the back of my plate like that. Tack it together, cut off the excess also, and fix the handle. Alright guys, so I've done that now. I fixed the handle for both sides. Look at it. Look at the way I just attach everything together, and same thing for the other side too. So I'm just going to take my handle to the sewing machine, tack it, and I'll come back to show you the finished look. Okay, look at the back. It's very neat. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and drop a comment for me. Bye.